Hello everyone. The female body has long been viewed as a resource to exploit, control, and silence, along with our voices and wisdom. The message of dark wizards, whether they appear as priests, religious figures, or political leaders, has always been clear. It is unsafe to inhibit a woman's body. We've been told to stay silent, to step aside, and that speaking truth or questioning authority is perilous. Seeking power and freedom, or simply being different, has been labeled as blasphemy. And so, in response, many of us women have dimmed our light, suppressed our magic and our voices, and lived small to avoid hostility. We've buried our rage and disgust deep within our bodies, but now memories are resurfacing, and so is our power. One very deep aspect of the witch wound that we all still carry, especially as priestesses and witches in this era, is the inability to ask for the financial exchange that we deserve for our services. Money has become somewhat of a taboo word in the spiritual community, something we cannot openly discuss or request. This fear stems from the reluctance to share our spiritual gifts, afraid of persecution and harm. There's also the fear of being too visible or too vocal or too loud about our powers and our magic, energies that have historically been used against us to diminish our light and also to physically hurt us. If you read Celeste Larson's book, Heal the Witch Wound, which I absolutely recommend, it's a beautiful book full of actual historical facts about the witch hunts, you'll understand how the persecution of witches, past and present, is primarily driven by the rise of capitalism. It aims to control and limit women's economic and bodily autonomy. Society does not value a woman's independence if she chooses to live alone, grow her own food, heal with herbs, and expand minds through psychedelic experiences. Instead, it prefers her to marry, where her husband owns resources and continues to birth children who serve the system as tools and slaves, right? Like up until the 70s, women could not have a bank account. Like, I want you to understand the world that we're still living in. And the fact that women have always been owned by men and they could not live by themselves. They didn't have a voice of their own. They had to live through their husbands. In many parts of the world, such as India and Africa, women and children are still persecuted and accused of witchcraft. However, those of us fortunate enough to have freedom to speak and use our voices can heal the witch wound we may carry and liberate ourselves, including financially, which is a big one. We are the dream weavers and storytellers of our own narratives. Despite fears of being seen, speaking the truth, feeling like imposters, or fearing our magical abilities being perceived as evil or dangerous, we can transmute these fears and leave them in the past where they belong. For generations, forces of shadow masculinity have sought to suppress our power and reprogram our essence into something fearful and distorted. Yet they cannot extinguish the spark within us, sisters. There are no barriers preventing us from achieving freedom and abundance. Any curse laid upon us is merely a narrative, a story that we can rewrite in any moment. During the witch hunts, women who earned their own money, particularly as healers and midwives, faced extreme danger. The visceral sense of unsafety they experience persists in our DNA, connected to our ancestors. As women of freedom today, I invite you, my sister, to heal those ancestors who suffered such pain and trauma. We live in an era where we can accumulate wealth and power, use our voices for good, and feel safe. If you accumulate more money right now, and be financially free, be honest with yourself. How would you use it? In any way that is harmful for yourself or others? Do you feel that you have the wisdom, the compassion, the love to use this abundance, this financial abundance, wisely for the benefit of all? Is there a place in you that sees money as dirty, sinful, or dangerous? It could be a very subtle thought. It is your responsibility, our responsibility, to find any limiting beliefs, any storage of blockages, and free yourself to live in your full potential. The time of shrinking ourselves to avoid burning at the stake is over, my sister. Please subscribe, like, and share so I can continue making these videos and share the work of the temple. And may the goddess bless you all.